Welcome to the Monster Harvest Review. My name's Kanan. Hit that like and subscribe button to be kept up to date on all my latest content. And so, what do you get when you cross Pokemon and Stardew Valley together? Let's find out with the gameplay. So much to say and so little time to say it in, and I'm sure if I miss something, consider it a nice surprise when you play the actual game yourselves. And with that, let's look at those all-important key features. And starting with the farming, and it pretty well does what you think it does. It's kind of like in the Stardew Valley and other games of the same ilk type thing. Hoe the ground, plant a seed, water said seed, grow, water, rinse, repeat, and pick. Voila, you have a plant to sell. But this time round, thanks to your uncle, mad scientist, who has invented a way for, well, plants to be turned into animals. Plantimals, one might say, in the game. And you can use slime to actually bring these plants to life. Each colour of the different slimes do different things. One can make something grow really fast. A red one, for instance, has it turn into a battling plantimal. Some are mounts and some are other things like cattle. Kettle, not the ones that you boil water, that's a kettle. Do they sound the same? I don't know. Anywho, sell your crops, as in most of the games like this, for more monies and to grow your farm by building things and the like. Stamina again is used in the normal way you'd think. Dig, chop down trees, chop down or bash up blocks and all that lot, and it uses your stamina up. Deplete it all and you're tired and have to go to bed. And talking about going to bed, sleeping. You can rest all night, have a good night's sleep all night long, or go to bed halfway, wake up, and basically carry on doing stuff. And yes, this is a decent mechanic because at night time you can do other things as well, and certain things are only able to get or do at night time. Does that make any sense as well? Such as once a day / night, you can go and visit the dungeons. And these dungeons are kind of like areas where you can take your plantimal, and basically train him up and raise his levels to become more badass. And of course, different plants yield different animals, which means that you get different results from different crops, which means that you have to level them up as well. And they have different attacks and the like. And likewise, you also have stamina, and that increases as you do things like, well, almost everything. Planting, chopping down things, and, just generally almost anything really. And it's not just you that you can be upgraded. You can upgrade your axe, obviously chopping wood, your pickaxe, chopping ore and stone, and things like that. And this also comes in handy because you need your pickaxe for going into dungeons to actually get better, more, upmarket, upwind, more better. Or the fighting in the game is kind of done in a Pokemon type fighty way. Only a bit less high tech, I would say. But serves the purpose, and for the price, I think it's actually quite cool. And just generally, if there's one thing I could give you advice on, don't forget to explore. And trust me, the more that you explore, the more kind of like things will open up for you. As some things are kind of timed and some things you have to, go searching for. The controls, again, pretty standard for this sort of game, but I would say the menu was a bit awkward. This definitely appeared on quite a lot of the menus, and also those ones where it gets you to choose what you want to do, as in go to sleep all night or half the night. They seem to click past each other really quickly, so it felt a bit too sensitive. Although, saying that, I did feel like the devs kind of like love these sort of games and kind of in my own mind decided, hey, I'm going to go make my own. I'm going to leave out a few things that kind of annoy me about other games of the same ilk. And yeah, they've done it quite well. For instance, one of my bugbears on some of these games is when you go behind things like trees and all, and the said trees you go behind don't phase away properly, so you can't see character correctly. But this seems to do a good job of that. Graphically, there are loads of nice little touches, birds flying when you go near them, and some nice looking places, and plantimals. And it, although kind of has a similar feel all the way through the game, always seems like there's something different to look at, which is pretty cool in itself. Audio wise, again, pretty good as a whole. Why not take another listen? The good. Plenty to do, nice variation and places, a nice twist on the normal uncle calls you or whatever to take over his farm formula, and neat idea really. I do actually like it. The bad sometimes feels a little hit and miss. It does a lot of things here but doesn't quite master any of them to a high degree. The loading screens I felt kind of a little bit long, especially when you're trying to get into the game from the start. And now for that all-important score. And I think I'm going to be awarding Monster Harvest a 4 out of 5. Good twist on something that's been done by now loads of different times. And yeah, I did have a lot of fun, and I think this one I will be definitely going back to play more often. And as for my alternative, well, if this is a 4 out of 5, then Stardew Valley is a 5 out of 5. It's the master of, to me, the genre. And if you've never tried it before, it's definitely one that you want to be playing, especially after you're done with Monster Harvest. And do feel free to leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about Monster Harvest or anything within this video. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. Much obliged. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like and subscribe button if you did. And why not jaunt yourself over to the community Discord. Come and join us for extended conversation there as well. Because life is better when we switch together.